Good morning, it's Miss Coconut. Thank you for joining me for your weekly prosperity session for September 5th, 2018. I know that some of you have been feeling lots of strange energy in the planetary systems, right? So let's talk a little bit about what's occurring. First of all, we have the moon in Cancer. So that already lets us know that we are digging deep this week. It is not about the surface. It is not about appearances. This is going to speak to the heart of who you are, the things that you've been hiding, and the things you need to let go of. It's really going to speak to how to be the most authentic you. And then we have the moon waning. Okay, so this is not a period of growth. So if you've been feeling stagnant, this is why. But the waning period has its own purpose as well. Okay, this is the time just to cultivate. So you kind of go over what you've planted, but you don't plant at this time and don't cut off anything. This is the time of patience. Okay, so those new relationships, whether it's a new love, whether it's a friendship or a new career, give it time. Don't cut it off quite yet. Just dig below the surface and see if there's something worth redeeming, all right? The sun is in Virgo, and that means it's shining light on the pieces of the puzzles that need to be fit. Okay? You're going to have to deal with the details of why it fell apart. So, you are going to have to really muster up the strength and stomach to face your fears. You're going to have to, you know how you if you've ever like been running as a child and you stumbled and fell and then you have a cut or a bruise. Then you get up after you finish crying and you look at the pebble that you stumbled over. And then you look at your knee and it's, you're crying because you're like, oh my God, am I going to die? And then your mom patches you up. It's really not that bad. It just looked bad. And so this sun is going to expose some things that you thought, were dying and being burnt off or maybe bruised. But now you realize, you know what? That hurt, that betrayal, that wound, it's not that bad. And I didn't die. This lesson is going to blow your mind, I promise you. Now, Pluto retrograde is still telling us we have to deal with the fears, deal with the past mistakes. Some of us, we don't like to acknowledge it happened, but it happened. And we can move on from it. We made the mistake. We wish we had done differently. Some of you are living with regret. You have to let it go. It's calling for shadow work. Okay? So you're going to have to deal with the real bad and the ugly. We like to paint pictures, but that Cancer moon is telling you it's time to go past the glitter, get to the gold. And if you know anything about alchemy, it starts from the bottom with the lead. So you have to start with the ugly to get to the beautiful top. And then lastly, this Mars energy, right? Mars is in Capricorn right now, and Mars is the planet that empowers you, deals with your confidence. So a lot of the lessons have to deal with self-esteem today, okay? And Mars in Capricorn tells us you have to put the work in. No one can do it for you. So you used to rely on your mama to fix it, your daddy to fix it, your auntie, your grandma. You have that boss that's always willing to help you. Okay, that time has ran out. It is now time for you to do it. You have to do it. Capricorns are known for putting that work in. They're very aggressive when they're on that path of enlightenment or betterment. No one can persuade them from their path. They only go uphill because they know they have to get to the top. So you have to have that very Capricorn-like balance here. And then lastly, Saturn is finally coming out of retrograde in about another day, and that's going to release you from feeling limited. Even though some of your limitations are self-imposed, you're going to start freeing up, feeling that energy free up. All right. So I'm going to ask that you now get into a quiet space. Remember that some of the reading will resonate with you in totality. Some of it may be in pieces. Maybe it doesn't resonate with you at all. And that's all okay. But I'm going to ask that you find your quiet space, take a few deep breaths, and pick the card A or B. Pick the stack that feels like it's tugging on you the most. Let's begin. Group A, you have picked the reading that's going to speak to empowerment. When you think of that word empowerment, you understand that you have been given permission to be strong, to be fearless, to be confident, and have authority over your own life. You are no longer a victim. You have to pick up your self-esteem. You have to redeem yourself. You have to save yourself. You can no longer say, they made me. They held me down. They stopped me. They blocked me. This stack is saying that you are more than enough and you have been equipped. It is your time to shine. And even when you feel like you're all alone, you have the power of your ancestors riding behind you. You are standing on their shoulders. That double helix going up that family tree is all in you. You have the DNA. You have it naturally. You have been naturally endowed. And so it's your time to shine. No more victimization. You don't claim those labels or those roles that you know you no longer want to walk in. So you are not anything that they called you. You don't have to believe any lie that the enemy said to you. It is now time for you to rise. If you've picked stack B, welcome to the land where dreams are made. What are dreams? Well, they are a series of thoughts and images and sensations that run through your mind when you're sleeping at night. But they are also present in the daytime as you're going about your daily routines, right? Some of you have been in abusive relationships and you see yourself being with someone who loves and adores you. Some of you are feeling like you're in dead-end jobs, like physically the job is too much for you. You're having, illness and worry and woes because physically it's too demanding on you, and you know that there's something better out there for you. You just know it. You know that you're capable of manifesting better and greater for your life. Some of you are living in situations that are not conducive to healthy environments, but you see yourself in a better home with pretty decorations and clean towels and a washing machine and a dryer. You see it for yourself. You don't want to continue to go to the laundromat. You see different. Those are your dreams. So who told you that you weren't worthy of attaining them? Dream bigger than you have been. Start to read. Start to visit the library. Look at documentaries on how other people live. And begin to set goals for yourself. And understand that that person that has every luxury item that you desire, they are no more better than you. And the same way they did it, you can do it too. Whoever told you you weren't good enough, they don't even matter anymore. You're not even that same little girl, same little boy that they tried to keep down. You are able to manifest every good thing in your life. You can think it, you can see it, you can feel it. And I say at nighttime, get that vision in your heart. Go to bed thinking it, seeing it, feeling what does it feel like to be loved by someone who cherishes the ground you walk on. Now, in the past, you may have had a tendency to pick the wrong one, to believe the wrong thing, but that dark past is behind you. It is now time for you to soar into your new dawn. What is dawn? That morning early promise of light that everything is going to be okay. Thank you for joining me. I want to give you a drill. So I want you to grab some paper and I want you to write down your fears. And I want you to write down the dark secrets. And I want you to write down the labels. And I want you to write down everything that anyone ever said to you over the course of your years up until now that made you feel less than. And then I want you to place those pieces of paper inside water and just drown them in water until they're a soggy mess, until the writing isn't even seen anymore. And then I want you to put that into a ball, and I want you to go to the nearest sewer and throw it away. The moon being in Cancer is such a great time to really address the things that are hidden, the secret hurts that we hold on that people can't see. It is your time to shine. Thank you for joining me.